Hey you guys, welcome back for week 3, day 6 of the yoga challenge with me, Erin Motz. Today we're focusing on flexibility still, but we're adding a little bit of strength. So we're doing some poses that are really classically designed to make you more flexible, but will also build strength at the same time. No props needed, just go ahead and meet me at the top of your mat and we'll go ahead and get started. Today I want you to start in tabletop and we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So go ahead and bring the wrists under the shoulders and the knees right under the hips. And on the exhale, just round the back, tuck the tailbone, drop the head. Inhale, pull the chest through. Exhale, round the back, tuck the tail, drop the head. Inhale, pull the chest through. Let's do one more each way. Exhale, rounds. Inhale, pull through. Go ahead and sit back in child's pose. So back to neutral, feet together, knees wide, sit the hips back, walk the hands forward, drop the head. Just take a couple breaths here. The hands could really end up anywhere. And gradually walk the hands back out, push into the palms, sit up and back, find a downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. You can move around if that feels good, or you can just be still if that works better. But looking to the top of your mat, find some stillness. Take the right foot between the hands and take a kneeling lunge. Left knee down. Inhale, pick the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to a down dog. Lift the hips high. Take the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, pick the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a down dog, lift the hips. Find some stillness there. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, lower down between the elbows. Come up to cobra. So legs are down, lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes under, sit up and back, downward facing. So you'll probably remember kind of what we went over yesterday just a bit. So I want you to look forward and step the right foot between the hands. We're going to come to pyramid. So left heel down, lift the chest up. You want to square the hips off. So remember, that's kind of your priority, is to get symmetry through the hips. So move the right hip back, left hip forward. Left foot is kind of at an angle. Come forward halfway. You can put a little bend in the right knee if that helps. But eventually the hands will either come to the floor, or you can come, if you have yoga blocks, you can use those. If you need something under your hands, people have used like stacks of books before, or sturdy like metal water bottles or something. So improvise if you need to. Once you get to a point where you're comfortable and you can hold it, you can sustain that. Move the right hip back, left hip forward, lengthen the spine, and see if you can let the upper body drop down. So the hands can either stay walked out towards the front of your mat, or you can even walk them back, kind of flip the palms down and take the forehead to your shin. So whatever feels best. Continue to breathe. Then breathe in, lift the chest halfway. Go ahead and come all the way back up. Lost my balance already. Not a good sign, right? Take the left foot to be parallel to the edge of your mat. Right toes face the front. We're going to come into triangle. So the hips are going to tilt back towards the left foot. So the right hip kind of scoots back towards that left heel. Tuck the tailbone slightly and reach the arms out to the sides. As you breathe out, hinge forward. So moving from the hip crease, lengthening the ribs away from the hip. Come out as far as you can, and then take the hand to the shin or to the mat and spin the chest open. So you can modify this one too. Looking down is fine, looking straight ahead is fine. You can bring the hands to the floor or a block or your trusty water bottle if that's what you're using. So modifying it however you like. I always like my hand down, so up to you. Hand can be on the hip or straight up, whatever works. Take 2 more breaths. and start to bend the right knee. Come back up. I want you to walk the feet in just a little bit, and you're gonna be able to, or you're gonna want to bend both knees enough so that the knees track over the toes. So sit the hips really low and take the hands to the heart center. Sit a little bit lower if you can. Let the eyes open, straighten out the legs. Turn the feet in slightly. We're gonna come to a wide forward fold. So again, hinging from that same point, right in the hips, come forward. Take the hands down and just start to lift the hips up. Sink your weight into the heels and start to crawl the hands back a little bit. So don't worry about the depth of your fold. I just want you to make sure that the spine is nice and long. And the depth will come with time. Inhale, lift the chest. Take the hands to the hips and slowly move all the way back up. So turn the left, actually turn to the other side of your mat all the way. We're gonna come into pyramid on the other side. So right toes kind of cut the corner. Move the left hip back, right hip forward. Come down halfway. Eventually let the upper body fold down. Remember, left hip back, right hip forward, lengthen through the crown, and then fold as far as you can comfortably go. Drop the head. And on your next breath in, lift the chest. Come all the way back up. We're going to come into triangle on the other side. So go ahead and turn the feet, widen your stance just a bit. Right foot parallel to the edge of your mat. Left toes face forward. Push the left hip towards the right heel. Lengthen out the arms. Reach as far out as you can, bringing the rib cage away from the hips. And then take the hand to the shin or to your mat. Spin the chest around. And the right arm can be anywhere. So you can take it up, take it down. Scoop the hips forward just a smidge. And find one point to focus on. Bend the left knee, come back up. Walk the feet in a little bit so that the toes can turn out to the sides. Bend the knees deeply, bring the hands to the heart center, and sit the hips really low. So shoulders sit back, lift through the chest. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the toes in. Another wide forward fold. So toes turn in, hinge forward halfway, right from the hips, flat back all the way down. Take the hands to the mat, sink the weight into the heels, lift the hips, and start to pull yourself down just a tiny bit. Again, priority is the length through the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Turn the right toes to the corner of your mat, something a little bit different. As you exhale, you're gonna sink your weight into the right leg. Couple options. If you're really not very flexible, option one is to bend the right knee and just sit into the right heel. Left foot is totally flat, okay? Back is flat, chest is reaching forward. So it's your first option. If you're very flexible, you can take the hands down, sit the weight into the right side, and let the left toes flip up. Take a couple more breaths. Inhale, back up. Switch sides. So whatever you did to that side, do the same thing to the other. Remember, option one, toes to the corner. Sit the butt back. Drop the hips low. Right leg is straight. And just keep the heel down. If you need a little more, sit the hips all the way down. Flip the right toes up. Knee tracks over the toes on the left side. Lift through the crown of the head. Try to keep the spine as long as you can. Take one more breath in and back out. Then come back to the center. Toe heel the feet in toward the middle. Take a forward fold. Soften the knees. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and see if you can tilt forward, letting the arms drop. And take one more inhale. Exhale, let the hands come down. Lift the chest, bend the knees a lot. Have a seat. Cross the legs comfortably. However you want to sit is fine. Lift through the crown of the head. Stay grounded through the hips. And close the eyes. And whenever we start to break up tension in the body, start to breathe a little bit better, stand a little taller. And when that happens, we feel better. And we all know that when we feel better, we do better. So just let this practice set the tone for the rest of your day. And on your next breath in, pick the arms up, press the hands together, exhale them right down to the heart center, sealing it all in. And let the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that one. For more yoga and other fun stuff, check out erinmods.com, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.